Crypto.XL. Hey guys, I'm gonna be brief, right? I'm just starting out my day here. I'm tired, groggy. There's a ton of things I have to do, but I wanted to get on really quick and address some issues because Codex has just done a 400% in one day. I was saying that this is a good point to buy. I did a video that was talking about it bouncing off the 618. That's a good bounce point. I would start to DCA right here, and I sent text later on saying, hey, even lower 2.5 is a place. So if anyone was able to get in down here, right? If anyone was able to get in at 0.025 and they rode it all the way up to that, it went above 11, that is more than a 400% gain in one day. That means that if 1,000 was invested, that would have turned into $4,000 in one day. That's completely insane, right? If 200 was invested, that would have turned into 800 in one day. I also want to reiterate that this is not financial advice, that crypto is risky, and you can lose all of your money. So make sure you manage your risk. So the way I would play it is I definitely would not have all of my portfolio in a random altcoin that could go to zero. I would never do that. But out of my portfolio, if I have a small portion that I'm willing to take a risk with, I would put some into these degen high risk altcoin plays, right? And when I go up 400%, I would take out my initial investment, which will at this point lower my risk. I'll have no risk at that point, and then I could sleep at night not worrying about my portfolio going to half its value. Right, so that's how I personally will make that play. But to reiterate, congratulations to everyone that got in on this trade. This was phenomenal. I was willing to wait, but you know how crypto is, right? Crypto is it's just super fast. I would have been willing to wait and DCA, and then eventually get that God candle, right? That's what I would have been willing to do. The market. Currently, Bitcoin retraced a little bit, and I use that as a buying opportunity. It came down to around 50K, right? Remember, I also said that we're going to be oscillating for a while, and these calls, I don't even know how they just happen to work out like this. I have to be honest with you, because it's been like 9 calls in a row now, right? And I'm expecting to be wrong. And I'll accept it. I'll eat it. I'm perfectly fine being wrong. I don't have a problem with it. I'm actually surprised, right? That's why I'm also telling you to manage your risk too, because eventually I'm gonna be wrong. So don't go all in on anything. Control your risk. Remember that this is crypto. Anything can happen in crypto. We can get a wick that just goes down all of a sudden. If we do get that wick, my question to you is, do you have any cash, right? If we do get a wick, do you have any cash? You don't need that much cash on the wick either, right? So the wick doesn't have to, the cash doesn't have to be 40% of your portfolio, right? But even 10% of your portfolio on a wick could dramatically change the trajectory of your outcome and the trajectory of your portfolio. Make sure you have cash. I would definitely do that. I would keep cash on the side. So we've been oscillating, right? It's been a few days. You see this range right here? This range is roughly like 50,000 to 50,300. About 51,000 to 52,300. This little range here is just going up and down. So about 50,000 to 53,000. I think that's a little bit more accurate. What I would do though is every time we come down here is a buying opportunity. Every time we come up here, if you want to unload a small portion of your portfolio, again, I reiterate, a small portion of your portfolio, not your entire portfolio. Okay, because at some point we are going to break this range, and you don't want to be out of the market trying to FOMO in and buying less coins for a higher price, increasing your risk. You don't want to do that. The idea is, with a small portion of your portfolio, you're making coins, right? Because as we go up here, you take out you sell some, so you're in cash. We come down here, you buy back, so you have a greater quantity of coins. And when we eventually do break out, now the idea is you have 50% more coins than you did before. So that's my analysis there. You don't have to do this, by the way. This is just something extra because I know a lot of us at this point are looking for an extra stream of income, because life, right? You have one form of income and you like to put more into crypto, but you can't because you have a limited amount of time and you have to pay your bills. So this is a way to make some quick coin. If you're able to get in on some of the calls that I've made, that would have been a really nice extra stream of income too. I mean, 400% in one day is not bad. That's incredible. And then you could take some of this and get into an IDO or a pre-sale or what have you. But I would definitely take out my initial investment at this point. That way my anxiety level would be a lot lower. I wouldn't worry about what if the market tanks, because I would have cash on the side, and I wouldn't care what this does short term anymore, right? And if it were to come back down here, I would have cash to double my position. If somehow we come down here or we get a pullback, because it's had a massive pullback before, right? With this first God candle here, it's had a massive pullback. So if it were to have another massive pullback, I could get in. And you could actually use the levels, right? You could pause the video you're watching and you can use the levels right here as far as like points where you could get in. So absolutely, that's what I would do. Again, shout out to the Patreons. We are ridiculously killing it, man. The amount of gains that we're getting here is just absurd. And I also want to reiterate to the Patreons that definitely I'm into the short-term profit. I'm always going to be looking for short-term profit. I always want that. But I'm playing the long game. So if I see a I was going to say a ticker, but if I see a crypto where it's not performing right away, right? Because I don't expect a 400% pump in one day. I never, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not expecting that. If it happens, great. But I'm prepared to last, right? I'm prepared to wait. I'm prepared to be patient. I'm prepared to dollar cost average in on cryptos that I have conviction in, right? So if it doesn't work out right away and it goes against me instead of going for me, and I'm down 20%, I'm not going to sell at that point. I will take a little bit of money, and it could only be $10, right, for psychological reasons, and I'll buy. I'll buy when it's 20% down to $10. If it goes down 30%, 40%, I'm putting another 10, 15 bucks in, and as we go down, I will DCA in with amounts that I won't notice, right? So it won't be like an amount that I need at the moment because I had plans, right? And I'm not going to put like $15,000 in after we're down when I had plans to do something else. I'm not going to do that, but I would put in like that's a little bit of change as we go down, because I want to get myself used to DCAing in at the point when I should be, right? And then when we go up 400%, I also want to get used to taking a little off the table, right? It doesn't mean that I'm going to come out of the market now, because I realize that we're in a bull run, and why would you come out of the market when things are about to go 50x? Why would you come out now, right? I wouldn't come out completely, but I want to get myself used to taking profit, because you don't make money until you actually realize the money, right? Until you take profit. Another thing I like to say is, remember, this is not financial advice. You're just watching a documentary of someone who's into crypto, who enjoys what they're doing, and they're learning, and they want others to see their experience, and you see the decision making and the methodology I use to make some of the decisions I make. But that's it in a nutshell, man. I just wanted to reach out to you guys to let you know what's going on. I mentioned the profits in Codex, but there's actually been so many. It's almost like a routine now. There's been a lot. There's been a lot of coins that they've been profiting. So this is almost it's normal now. It's normal. I can mention other coins that I have not mentioned in a while. CPAD. I'm just gonna bring up a few of them so you see what's going on. I was getting this down here, and this did what? How many X's is that? That's almost a 10x. This did a 10x. This is also GameFi, GameFi, and you see that some of them have retraced a little bit, but I did take some profit. Didn't take a lot of profit. I took some though. This is also done quite well. This did around a 10x at the time, and I don't know what it is like. How am I able to get in at just the right time? A lot of it is planning, strategy, spotting opportunity, not being afraid. Some of it, I think there's actually divine help, actually, because I don't know how to explain it. Because if you look at Codex, right? There is nothing. There's no reason to pick this one. There are some reasons, but there's so many coins. I could have picked anything. But this is one day. I picked it on the day that it is going to go up. The day right before it goes up. Then I picked it at the price right before it goes. It's just odd, to tell you the truth. I mean, even I have to say this is strange. It is definitely strange. But I do want people to come into the Patreon so I could show you when I'm buying, what price points I'm buying. I think overall it will be profitable, right? And I'm not guaranteeing 400% in one day. I'm not. But I will say that long term, I think the average crypto person, the average person in crypto will find a use case to see what I'm doing, right? Ultimately, you're responsible for the choices that you make, because what I do is extremely high risk. Like these coins, look at the market cap of it. The market cap is $1.3 million here, right? Fully diluted is $88 million, right? Most people are comfortable buying ADA, right, with billions of dollars of market cap, and they'll do well. They'll do well over the bull run, but then they have to know when to sell, right? They might not know when to sell, so that's a problem, right? So they do 5x, right? Meanwhile, I just did 4x in a day. So you can imagine, if you extrapolate that over the entire bull run, the performance that my group is going to have versus what the market's going to do in general. I think we will be better than average, right? I'll leave it at that. I can't guarantee you anything because things are risky, right? We've been on a winning streak. It's win after win after win. But again, I have to stress the fact that crypto is risky, so losses are probable. We will end up not getting straight wins. But with the losses, what I plan to do with the losses is, if it's crypto I believe in, and they go down, I will DCA in. Just like I told you, I'll go slowly. I don't need to put a ton of money in while it's going down. I'll put a little bit. And then when it returns and we get the God candle, it comes and retests where it broke down at, and then it surpasses it. Because where we are in the market, right? To explain what's going on, where we are in the market is that Bitcoin is about to attempt to touch its all-time highs, right? So all-time highs were around $69,000. So when it does that, all these coins we've been going into, and whether they're up, down, or sideways, how they've moved, they're going to go bat crazy, right? So that's the reason why DCAing in when the market, when some of the coins are going down, there's not that many that have been really going down like that, but for the ones that are, when it comes back, that's how I'm going to get my 10x. So I'm not going to be crying over spilled milk. I'm going to look at it like a buying opportunity, right? Because if you look at Codex, right? People are selling here. You see these wicks? That's people selling. That's people saying, I gotta get out of this thing. It's going to zero. I wasted my money. This is all, you see all this red? This is all people selling. They're like, oh man, why'd I buy this? It's so stupid. Why'd I buy it? Oh man, I'm out of here. Oh man, I don't want to lose all my money. Let me get out. And this is us buying. Right here, you see this? That's us buying. And then it does this, right? So that's why I'm gonna be buying down here. I am, and I don't really care, to tell you the truth. I'm not scared. I'll be okay. I'll wait. That's okay. I'll wait. This just happened to happen quickly. That's great. But for any other position in the future that I see, that coins that I feel good about. And then you see now the red's coming out. It doesn't matter because you bought here, so it doesn't even matter, man. And as it goes 400%, you take out your initial investment. If it does this, who cares? Because even when it comes back, Bitcoin goes up to all-time highs. The chart's going to be so high you can't even put it on the screen. It won't fit on the screen. The green is above the perimeter. You'd have to zoom out. You have to zoom out to see it. And you have to go on the weekly chart. Yeah. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell, man. I'm going to get my day started. I appreciate all of you. Continue to support the channel. Remember to check out the Patreon and the links that are attached. 2024 is going to be a really good year. This is just the beginning, and we're going to keep things moving. This is Crypto.XL. I will catch you on the next one.